recognize you individually. I see the former speaker of Kwaibo, former member House of Representatives. I'd like that you please give him a round of applause. We will just stand and wave at us. Welcome. Doing your movements from the World Bank, policy practice, integrity, African Development Bank Group. We're inching very close to getting this program started. I'm actually just looking at my wristwatch and also to see that I get the nod to get this program underway. But I also recognize and single them out for recognition. Honorable commissioners from the states, just as I mentioned earlier, Kaduna, Jigawa, Kano states respectively, and then of course heads of civil service, heads of service from the state. Do we have heads of service from the states of our former, serving or former? Do we have any? In the absence of these persons that I just mentioned, I think we should get this program underway. From the sound provider, do we have the national anthem? Thank you. We have the national anthem on cue. Looking at the faces of leaders in front of me, do I have your permission to kickstart this program? All right. I have the nod. So please, may I kindly request that we please be upstanding for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you don't know the lyrics, you can hum along. We have that round of applause for Federal Republic of Nigeria. We're going to move to the corners of Nigeria that we are indeed celebrating success. Can we have that round of applause one more time as you take your seats? Thank you very much. I just saw my brother and friend, Dr. CLoseout here, who works directly as a director in the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on policy and coordination, Hajiya Inza Laos Man, whom we expecting by the special grace of God to grace this event. Are you holding forth? Oh, fine. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In the course of my inviting as many of our top-notch dignitaries to their respective seats, I want to take it to meaning that we have established the protocol as up to be at this material time. But of course, the impartial to engage reform and learn, as we all know, supports how government organize their core businesses of making, implementing, tracking, and accounting for policies, plans, and budgets used in delivering public goods, bringing about economic stability and enabling environment for private enterprise to promote growth and reduce poverty, and at the same time helping to providing services to citizenry and how citizens themselves engage with those processes. For 8 years, has been a success story from every nook and cranny of a country where they have carried out their activities. And that is the essence of this gathering. In wrapping up, there are stories to tell. And of course, those who have the first-hand information as to the successes recorded are also in this hall, and time will be allotted to them in the course of this program as the program begins to gather momentum to be able to come and share their experiences with us and what they wish that should happen even afterwards. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this program today, at the end of it all, will all beat our chests and say, yes, it was worth rolling out the drums for. So ladies and gentlemen, let's roll out the drums. Let's celebrate. And as we celebrate, please always continue to have in your hearts prayers for the key drivers of these very successful programs. They are all sitting amongst you here this morning. Can I please call for a very big round of applause for them as they make progress? Thank you very much. The tone for this event is going to be set in the course of the welcome remarks. But of course, welcome remarks elsewhere means different things to different people. But because we are who we are, a very detailed set of people in this part of in this climb, we do not just say welcome to events, we also give you the reason for the events. And to please give us an expose into the essence of this gathering, it is my honor and privilege to, before we welcome for the welcome remarks, to invite for the security briefs, Captain Nathaniel Bilaro, retired. Please give a welcome in for the security briefs before we get this function underway, to be honest.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nathaniel. I manage the security for PERL. It is important we have safety and security briefing in an event of this nature. And to do that, I have my professional friend here, who is a resident here, who knows better. I see our Josiah. So he is going to brief us. By the end of the brief, if you have any questions to ask, as regards our safety and security here, please feel free to do that. Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Good morning, welcome to Transcorp meeting. My name is Josiah from Security and Safety Department. The meeting room where you are is called Congress. In case you are pressed, you want to make use of the convenience behind the staircase. That is the convenience. And if the AC in this room is too high or too low, you call 6125. Our control room will attend to you. In case of fire emergency, please do not use the elevator. Whether you are in-house or you just come for a program, don't use elevator. Don't use elevator. All the exit door will lead you outside. And the assembly point is the main gate car park as you are coming, as you are going now, the last car park by the right. In the case of fire incident, call 6200, 6200, or 6432, 6432, or 6125. In case of health-related issue, call 6420. And you should be able to tell our in-house doctor the nature of the sickness in which will be needed. And in case of security-related issue, call 6146, 6146. And in case you are in a room and you need something, you call 45, 45. And if these numbers are too many for you to comprehend, dial 0 and you'll be guided accordingly. Please, I know you came from different places, perhaps the same office to have meetings together. In security, we don't have friends. The person sitting close to you is a prime suspect. Why am I saying this? Keep your belongings very well, valuables, because they are very, very important. Not everybody comes for meeting. So as you are going for breakfast, go with your belongings. Education. Enjoy your meeting. Thank you.
Okay, I think Josiah deserves more applause. Thank you very much. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Captain Nathaniel. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as you may all know, the theme for this event is Lasting Legacies, 8 years of elevating governance for a sustainable future. The objectives of this event is aimed at showcasing the achievements, tell their stories, network with new and potential partners, and much more. We are ready to engage, and in this engagement, I'd like that we please invite with me Mr. John Motu to please the team lead. Let's please welcome him as he comes forward for the welcome remarks, and he'll go further to telling us a bit more about the objectives, because they are not just limited to the ones I've mentioned. Please, a big round of applause for him.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand and establish the protocol. Today, we gather here as colleagues, as partners, as friends, as brothers and sisters, and most importantly, as advocates for a better Nigeria. We are here to reflect on a journey that commenced on the 2nd of May, 2016. So I heard the MC say 8 years. I think it's more than 8 years, so it's 8 years plus. As we reflect on the learning, we also wish to celebrate the milestones and the successes that we have achieved together as a group. I want to quickly say that almost everybody in this room played a pivotal role in this journey in different capacities and also at different times. So when you say 8 years, everybody in this room participated in that journey. It has been said that it is good to have an end to the journey, but it is the journey that matters in the end. It is the journey that matters in the end. It has also been argued that getting something done is an accomplishment, but getting something right is an achievement. Like every journey, there are temptations for shortcuts or quick fixes. And as a program, as a people, we chose the long routes, we chose the hard way because we wanted to get it right. And like the team says, 8 years of elevating governance for a sustainable future. We wanted a sustainable future. We wanted enduring legacies. That is why we chose a hard path, even though it was a difficult one. Finally, the end of the journey means the start of another journey. They always say. We have done our best within available resources, and fine, others will lead the charge from here onwards. Let me at this point recognize a critical friend, someone I would call a guardian angel, a pathfinder who supported us through the journey. Mr. Chris, okay, please can stand up. Please can we give Mr. Chris for play. He was an advisor who shepherded us through thick and thin, provided all the support that we needed to get this program successfully. Let me also at this point recognize our founder, the FCDO represented here by the Development Director, Cynthia. Please can you stand up for recognition? At this point, please, I invite all of us to give FCDO a standing ovation. Please can we stand up for a standing ovation, please? Like Dr. Andy said, those who clap, please stand up. Please let me take a 1 minute clap. Don't stop, 1 minute clap. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, your team, for all the good work, for all the support. We wouldn't have been able to get to where we are and achieve all these milestones without your support. And my colleagues, my friends, my partners, who will depart today, but again, we'll meet once again. Sometimes I get overwhelmed when I want to say goodbye. So at this point, I will stop and allow others to do it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
For the many years that I've known John Motu, I've always referred to him as Dr. John Motu. And he is quick to telling me that he is not a doctor. But I also told him that because I see in him something that represents or stands him out, and that is the reason I just give him that appellation. But I think that he deserves to be called one, much as we haven't attained that, educationally. But of course, we also do have honorary posts. So I think I have given you one from the Institute of Public Speakers. Please let's include a round of applause for him. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. And thank you for the thankless job that you and your organization has been doing in the last 8 years and counting. I'd like to recognize, I want to imagine that you're not just here on your role. I want to imagine that you're also standing in for the Executive Governor of Kano State, my brother, friend, Alhaji Nasir Sule Garo, Honorable Commissioner for Environment and Climate Change, Kano State. Please just stand up for recognition. And you give him a round of applause. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you. And thank you for the enormous support that we are getting from your state government. Moving on very quickly, just as we sit and wait for the arrival of our special guest of honor, proves that some certain persons are on hand at the entrance to receiving him. We'll wait for him to come, but that won't stop us. Okay, we'll have to wait, because the next remark to be made will be something that even him as a sitting governor would want to listen to. So in the light of that, I just like to call on the sound manager to give us some very light music, keep it on the down low so that it doesn't affect our conversations. This is an opportunity for us to engage with each other, make new friends, and you never can tell what this will bring about in the nearest future. You'd always remember this date, the 23rd of September, at the lasting legacies events of PERL and ECU, that you met a new friend and whose friendship has brought about so much changes and of course economic benefits as well. So please don't take the friendship and the union here for granted. And for so very many of you, it's a reunion of some sort, and I want to believe that. So ladies and gentlemen, let's do some very light music just as we await the arrival of our special guest tonight. All right, let me have the privilege of welcoming the special advisor to the president on policy and coordination, working directly behind our special guest tonight, the executive governor of Jigawa State. Please let's welcome His Excellency. Glad to have you, and we also glad to have the special advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and coordination. Haji Abdiz Fund is here from our Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Port Security. We also have with us here the immediate past head of civil service of the Federation, who just retired a month ago from service, but she is by no means tired, ready to take on more appointments because she has so much to offer. Let's please welcome with me Dr. Folashade Yebinsa Senior. I'd also like to recognize the Strategic Facilitation Advisor or Technical Lead, Obinao. Please a round of applause for him for the story. From NSG, we have Daniel Abdullah, former head of service. Can we please welcome him and go round of applause? Shane. The Nigerian Economics Summit Group Director General is himself the one I just recognized. Please can we welcome him with a resounding applause one more time. Thank you, and I also need to recognize the immediate president of civil service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yebinsa. I'd like to appreciate you one more time. And I'd like to quickly remind us that we all were given at the point of registration is the program of events for this event. And then, of course, you're also able to take the back and it gives you all the details you want to see and you also want to know. But having this junction, welcome and recognize Steve Fraser, Technical Director of PERL CLoseout. Welcome Henry Wagner, please. For social media week is that social media week at PERL Nigeria, and hashtag PERL CLoseout, and then hashtag it's a wrap. You can use the social media handles and you can follow us on those various social media handles. Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. And so moving on very quickly, just as we make progress, we'd like to appreciate again the presence of our special guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Namadi, whose tenure, even as Commissioner for Finance, makes so many difference and so much difference in Jigawa State. They were rated very highly by Fitch because of his input. Please let's applaud him one more time. We appreciate your leadership, sir. Thank you very much. It is in the light of that, Your Excellency, that we move on with the program. As I invite for our opening remarks in context setting, Cynthia Rowe. Please let's welcome Cynthia Rowe. She's of the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office. There's one member plus for us. For want of time, you may wish to stand on the already established protocol.
Thank you, and good morning to everyone. It is very tempting to stand on established protocols, but I think I will just pick out at least one or two for the benefit of all of us, I think. So, of course, His Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi, it's very good to have you here. Thank you for coming. I feel like becoming my old friend, Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination, that's Dr. Hadija and of course the Honourable Commissioners and the Auditor General of the Federation who is here, but partners, government officials, civil society, media, and I think really friends. It's really a delight to have you all here, and I welcome you to this end of programme event for PERL, which is Partnership to Engage, Reform and Learn programme, and I'm really delighted to be with you here today. So this event is a celebration of the remarkable results that you, our valued partners in government, in civil society and media, have achieved working with PERL over the past 8 years, and it's 8 years plus, as it was pointed out. And what really struck me actually was the point that our newly appointed doctor made about wanting to get it right. And I think that's so important when you're working in governance. It really struck me. And I'd also like to say that there were people here before me, there will be people here after me. I'm just one of a number of people who passes the baton. So thank you for the applause for FCDO, but I also want to applaud our colleagues before me, the whole team, but also all of you who are here always, while sometimes some of us come in and out. I wanted to give you some examples of some of the remarkable work that has been done. I always like the concrete examples, and here are some of them. In Kano, in Kaduna and Jigawa, citizen participation in how public resources are allocated is now the norm. And that is not an exception, and that is because of this partnership. 2 out of the 3 FCDO-focused states are rated as the most transparent states by the Nigerian Subnational Budget Transparency Survey, a bit of a mouthful, and the World Bank Fiscal Transparency Programme. That's quite a result. With UK PERL technical support, partner states have developed the ability to increase their domestic generated revenues. So, for example, one of our partner states has achieved an increase of 80% in domestic revenue in the period 2019 to 2023. And this has a tangible and positive impact on the lives of Nigerians. So the feedback on that suggests that the increased revenue has transformed health services in the state, and that means better primary healthcare facilities and more health workers for communities. So there is a direct correlation into people's lives of this work. As governance professionals, and I speak as one, so my background is as a governance advisor. So Chris I started in the same position that you are. We know that accountability and transparency are the very foundations of any social contract. And PERL's innovative approach of brokering alliances amongst interest groups, in supporting and advocating across communities, across politicians, across civil society, media, across government officials and geographies, has contributed in no small measure to the constitutional reform that brings autonomy to state parliaments. And that's remarkable because what that means is stronger scrutiny of legislation and stronger accountability of the executive at subnational level. PERL has also been at the centre of the Open Government Partnership in Nigeria and the adoption of OGP principles by many subnational governments. By 2023, a total of 26 Nigerian states have signed up to the Global Open Government Partnership, which has increased 16 compared to 2019. And at the federal level, we have supported the Central Delivery and Coordination Unit to institutionalise the measuring and managing of ministerial performance. And as always, with the citizens at PERL's heart, that means the unit has incorporated the Citizens Delivery Tracker as an independent source of verification. In other words, citizens can watch and judge what their ministers and their ministries are doing for them. And in addition to all of that, and in addition to celebrating these results, we've also used the opportunity to learn important lessons. And we share these lessons around the world. So beyond Nigeria, we will share them right across our network of governance programs and governance professionals. And through PERL, we have learned that it is possible to achieve results with focused political leadership and committed civil society. We have learned that reforms require patience and long-term commitment to domestic priorities. We have learned the importance of collaboration between national and subnational governments in the federal system, like Nigeria, including connecting budget reforms at federal and state level. We have learned that local government reform is critical and possible in order to achieve ongoing delivery of basic services to the most vulnerable groups, which is incredibly important. And finally, we have learned that technical assistance requires not just expertise, but also respectful and trusting relationships with partners and an understanding and appreciation of the contextual realities. And all of those lessons will inform everything that we do going forward. And so we thank you for, I want to thank particularly our inspired and inspiring programme teams, and that's PERL ARC and PERL ECP, for their dedication, hard work and perseverance. So if you have any So what does this add up to, and what happens next? So it adds up to governments which are closer to their people, who are called upon to explain what they are doing with the money that is entrusted to them, and people who gradually build their trust in governments to what they promise, the NGCP. Although I will leave you to